Right now, right now. 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 Oh, I got a real good feeling.
We try to bring you high-quality educational and informational content every single day. Why do you think the price is having such an anemic time? The news story of the hour. Jump onto the chart. Is this the beginning of a massive financial unraveling? We got to add a little addendum to the show map today, so we start here on the daily. Now, we've been looking at the RSI on Bitcoin's daily chart for the last several days. Well, what's happening? It's been increasing over the last 50 years since it's been out. The government
Hey guys, what's going on? Jebb here, and welcome back to Coffee and Crypto Live. Guys, you're going to have to forgive me because I am still very sick, but we are here even if we're not at the exact scheduled time, and we are going to be talking about the drop on Bitcoin that you are witnessing right now, where Bitcoin is hurtling towards $22,000 and change. As you guys know, Bitcoin has fallen quite dramatically over just the last several days, and it was trying to ride this uptrending level of support that it had been above, that had been holding Bitcoin to the upside for quite a couple of months, ever since about January when we first set levels of support down there. Much more recently, we have come back and retested that level, and we had a couple of different scenarios, both of them being head and shoulders patterns, both of them pointing quite far to the downside, but one of them being a little bit more severe if we broke that uptrending level of support, and we started heading towards $21,000, $21,500, and that is what is playing out right now. So that is what we are going to discuss in this probably shorter episode of Coffee Crypto Live, because it is still very hard to talk, but I do have a lot of my energy back, even if I don't really have my voice back. My head is very congested, and my throat is very much not where it should be. But luckily, we were able to go to the doctor, and seems like the possibility of Sarah having a really bad fever and needing to go into, going in early to labor and delivery, getting a C-section, all of those things, it seems like some of those risks have calmed down a little bit. So at this point, it is mostly just an inconvenience rather than a complete incapacitation, which it has been for the last couple of days, speaking on the front of illness. So even if we're not able to come live today at the proper time, and even if we're not able to go for the full hour, which we probably won't be able to go for the full hour just because you might be able to hear my voice, it is very difficult to talk right now. But there is quite a bit that we need to discuss in the Bitcoin and crypto markets. If you are wondering where my headphones are, I actually left them at the office, which I'll be back at the office tomorrow more than likely, and switched them out for this Rode shotgun mic for the trip we went on. Got some really cool pictures on the trip, and some of them I will probably go ahead and share with you guys at some point. But we had a really great time on our trip, even though we both got very sick the day after. Anyway, let's go ahead and read some chat, and we will jump straight into some TA. That's what you guys came here for. Thank you guys so much for your patience the last 2 days, and thank you guys for your patience for the rest of this week as we continue to battle through this. Of course, we do have a baby coming in probably less than 4 weeks now, so we want to be ready for that as well. So quite a lot of how would you say, disruptive but very good things in the works that are going to make things a little bit more difficult, but also a whole lot more blessed than they already are. So we're very excited, but of course that is going to take a little bit of adjustment. You can't stream sick and it's horrible to watch this. Well, that's exactly what I was looking for, was some encouragement. Thank you so much, sir. Crypto Nebs in chat said, hi, Jebb. Hello, Crypto Nebs. How are you? Daniel J said, hi. Good to see you, Daniel J. Doge Moon said, yo, what's up? Arif Ali said, hello, Jebb. How are you? And good morning. Good morning to you as well. I'm doing okay. Like I said, I have a lot of my energy back. I don't have a brutal headache anymore. I'm able to take medicine, so I'm able to kind of get through this a lot easier than Sarah is. Sarah, my wife, naturally being pregnant, 8, almost 9 months pregnant now, can't really take a lot of medicine. So she's the one that's really, we all need prayer, but she's the one that really needs the prayer and really needs the support and everything. CBD Study said, nice, I caught the late stream. I usually miss these. Hope you feel better, sir. Thank you, CBD. And again, apologies for the stream being late today, guys. We were at the doctor for an hour and a half this morning. Oh my said, good morning, everyone. Hope you're feeling better. Crypto knowledge and gym today. Nice. Boom. I am looking forward to getting back in the gym when things calm down a little bit next week. Silvadala said, Jebb, I hope you and the family are doing all right. We're doing okay. We're doing okay. Blessed is our soul. Are our souls. Wadosty said, speedy recovery, mate. Thank you. You need to stop streaming and take care of yourself because you're only going to make it worse by doing this. that's why I didn't really do too much streaming the last 2 days. I did go on and do like a phone stream the last 2 days, and that didn't take anything out of me. I don't think this will really bother me too much. I might have to like clear my throat a little bit more after we're done, but to be honest with you, ever since about a few hours ago, I actually have a lot more energy than I did, and I think I'm starting to get through this, and I'm pretty excited because we have a lot of things to talk about today, and quite a few things to go over. So thank you guys so much for your support. Well, I wasn't prepared for this time. I am sorry. Like I said, of course, this isn't our regular time. Silvadala in chat. Colin McDonald said, hi, Jebb and all. Hello. And thank you guys for all the concern that you guys are showing. Mai said, prayers for her, brother. Thank you so much. Justin Eubanks said, good afternoon, Crypto Jebb. Hope you get to feeling better. Get some rest. Yeah, I'm probably going to go and do a little bit of work, but then probably go take a nap. OTC sinus spray or inhaler may relieve the symptoms. Just a suggestion, not a doctor or anything. Yeah, we actually do have a nasal spray. I forgot about that. That's I got like a bunch of different stuff from the doctor today, and that's the one I forgot to do. Let's see. And thank you so much, Willie Amter, because I believe your heart is that you're worried for my health. So thank you so much. When you said it's horrible to watch this, I don't think you were. It doesn't sound like you were saying that I'm doing a horrible job. I think you were saying like, oh my gosh, Jebb, you're hurting yourself. Don't do that. So I appreciate the concern there in your comment. All right, let's go ahead and jump straight on over to CoinMarketCap, and we will go probably till about 1:30 to 1:45, and I'm hoping tomorrow we will be back to our regularly scheduled time and the full stream so that you guys can get the latest and greatest in Bitcoin and cryptocurrency technical analysis. If you're enjoying today's stream and you enjoy this channel, do me a couple of favors. First of all, hit that like and subscribe button. Second of all, go to cryptojebb.com and sign up for Club DeFi. We've had a ton of you guys jumping into Club DeFi over there in the last couple of weeks. We're really excited for all of you guys that are joining up, and I was also really excited to do office hours on Monday. I was sick, so that was a little bit interesting, but it still was quite a lot of fun. So everybody who is in Club DeFi, you have access to those office hours, so make sure to let us know if you are interested. Okay, so let's go ahead and, as I said, jump on over to CoinMarketCap. As you can see here, Bitcoin is currently trading at $20,043 and change. It is down 1.19% in the last 24 hours, down 7% in the last 7 days. That 7% drop is pretty substantial, but the main thing to look out for is that 1% drop in the last day. That doesn't seem significant, but when you look at the chart, it actually is quite important. Bitcoin is still up 30% over the last 90 days and still up 32.96% year to date. So just keep that in mind. Bitcoin is doing very, very well, despite the fact that it's not all doing, despite the fact that it's not exactly where we want it to be. It is still doing very well if you look at the grand scheme of things. Ethereum is down 0.5% over the last 24 hours, down 6% over the last 7 days, and still up 30% year to date. Binance up 20% year to date. It's actually up over the last 24 hours. USD coin sitting at rank number 5 now. Rank number 5 is doing pretty well. Of course, it's trading at $1, so is Tether. You can look at Binance USD down here, continuing to shed value. Since we last looked at this last Friday, it has lost another $2 billion in market capitalization. The last time we looked at this market would have been, what was Friday? Friday was the 3rd. We would have been looking at, around the time of the stream, we would have been looking at $9.6 billion in market capitalization. Yes, I remember that. Now we're at 8.4. So we've shed $1.1 billion worth of market capitalization from BUSD. And that means that probably within the week at this point, you're going to see Solana flipping it as a result of Binance USD slowly but surely sliding off of the top 10. Which means for all of your Sol fans out there, you'll probably see it jump into the top 10, but not by anything that it did, just by the guy above it falling out of the lead. Solana itself is down 7.45% over the last 24 hours, down 16% over the last 7 days, while being up 88% year to date. Solana right now seems to be highly, highly volatile in respect to whatever Bitcoin is doing. If Bitcoin is in an uptrend, Solana is in a massive bull market, and if Bitcoin is moving down at all, Solana is greatly suffering. Jumping on over to the chart here, we can see that 1% dive on Bitcoin has had a pretty substantial impact on the technical landscape of what's happening with Bitcoin. If you'll remember, there are a few different scenarios here that look a little bit nonsensical based on everything that we've talked about. So I'll just go ahead and kind of remove a lot of these drawings here. But looking at our long-term technicals, there are a few different levels that we really want to pay attention to. And I'll just go ahead and fill them in here. We've got $21,500. That is the local level of resistance that we set on, what was it? I think it was the Thursday. Was it the Thursday? It was a Saturday the 5th of November. 2022. That was right before FTX imploded upon itself and Bitcoin went through a giant collapse. The next major level that we want to pay attention to is an uptrending level of support that is set right here. If we just draw it based on our lows here on the 4-hourly chart, we'll get a pretty clear indication of where this lines up. And you can see that based on these lows, Bitcoin was attempting to hold these bottoms, even if you go here by the actual candle bodies on the 4-hourly chart rather than by the wicks, which is probably the better way to do it. You can see that Bitcoin was fighting to hold above this level, but it has not as of yet, and we've actually turned that into resistance now, unfortunately. But there's a few other levels to pay attention to here. Another one of them would be $18,500. We can just go ahead and draw this right now. $18,500 in change is a very important level of support for a couple of reasons. Number one, it's a major level of support that was being utilized back here in our lows between June and November of last year. And likewise, if we look at the VRVP, you'll see that that is the bottom of a major VRVP zone. Now, another thing VRVP is going to show us is $19,100. I'll just go ahead and draw this here. That is our level that the VRVP is showing us, and it is quite important as well. And of course, naturally, you're going to have $20,000 being very important also. Now, the scenario that I laid out last week was one as follows. Either one, Bitcoin was going to go through a head and shoulders pattern based off of $21,500 being its local lows, or two, Bitcoin could go off of an inverse head and shoulders pattern based off of bouncing off of this uptrending level of support. Well, over the last 24 to 36 hours, Bitcoin has actually fallen below this level of support, turned it into resistance, and basically invalidated the more bullish of the two scenarios, indicating that instead of Bitcoin going through a head and shoulders pattern based off of this uptrend, and then that having naturally a much more conservative price target of around $19,700, instead, now Bitcoin is likely to go through a price target that could push it down to $18,000, depending on how exactly you draw that and which chart you're on, of course. Now, the fact, the conundrum that we have to contend with is the fact that Bitcoin is in a very strong downtrend, and wherever it looks, it just cannot find bullish confidence. If you look at the way this market has moved over the last several days, it has not managed to find any confidence anywhere, no matter where it's looked. You can look at the fact that we're in a falling wedge. No confidence there. We didn't even break up to the upper level of resistance. This uptrending level of support, we were not even able to break a couple $100 above it. Whenever we saw bullish factors such as the bullish MACD cross coming in here on the 4-hourly chart, or RSI pushing up towards 50 on the 4-hourly chart, that was not enough. If you look at Lux Algo here on the 4-hourly chart, there was a buy signal. It wasn't confirmed, but it was a buy signal. It was something to at least have a little bit of hope in. Just a couple of hours later, you saw Bitcoin collapse through its uptrending level of support and fall dramatically to the downside. My point is, no matter what Bitcoin does, it just cannot catch a break on the 4-hourly chart, which is where you're really going to chart the majority of this price action. So that brings us to one question. Does Bitcoin continue this downtrend all the way down to $21,500? And then the second question is, what happens from there? Let's go ahead and pick apart those two questions one by one. Let's see. Is anybody, okay. Thought somebody was worried about the microphone. Looks like I'm okay. All right, if anything's wrong with the mic, then go ahead and let me know. My point is that in asking these questions is that Bitcoin is going to have to contend with the pullback to $21,500, and then it's going to have to contend with what it does after that. At this point, I think it's very likely that Bitcoin does fall down to $21,500. Why? Well, because there is a concept that we teach in Club Defi around support and resistance, where whenever you are close to a level of support or to a level of resistance, oftentimes you are going to end up having this kind of gravitational attraction to that level. So what do I mean? Well, quite simply, if you are near a level of support and you're $500 north of it, so you're, let's say, 3% correction away from it, oftentimes the market is going to go there because people are thinking, on the bullish side, I will buy once it gets to this level of support. So they're not buying at your current level. They're waiting to buy until you fall a little bit lower. So the bullish strength is waiting to actually come in around that support. On top of that, you also have people that are in short positions that are not going to close out those short positions just yet because their target was the level of support. So they're going to stay in the short and not turn into bulls by closing the short position and covering themselves. And on the third side, you also have people that are willing to open a short and actually add selling pressure to the market at that current level, let's say if you're going to 21.5, you're at 22,000 like we are right now, someone at 22,000 might say, okay, we've already done a lot of the movement, but it seems like there's a little bit more movement down to the major level of support at 21.5. So on the side of the bulls who are waiting to buy, the people that are already in a short, that are waiting to exit the short in profit and cover themselves, which would be actually buying pressure, because to cover a short, you have to actually buy the market because you borrowed against and sold the market. That's how a short works. And then you also have people that are actually willing to go into sell positions. All three of those things are either bearish, or at least they are voids in the bullish, or at least they are missing components of the bullish side of things. So that normally creates this kind of gravity that pulls you towards major levels of support and resistance, and that's what I believe you're going to go through relatively soon. Is you're going to go through something akin to that here on Bitcoin, where since we've broken below this uptrending level of support, which I do believe most technical analysts are going to see and trade based off of, and because you see this level of support right here at $21,500, then you're probably going to end up seeing people, again, either one, waiting to buy, two, they're going to stay in their short until it gets here, or three, they're just going to go ahead and short the market right now so that they can get the market down there and make money on that last $500 drop. On top of that, just keep in mind that Lux Algo is quite bearish right now. We're under a strong sell signal on every single time frame, all the way up to and including the daily chart. And also, if you look at the daily chart, you can see that we are sitting right here about halfway through about halfway through the EQ cloud. And if we do continue to fall, then we're probably going to catch this uptrending bottom of the EQ cloud. And at some point, we will bottom out here around 21.5 and then bounce, at least briefly. So that answers that first question. What happens with Bitcoin? Are we going to go all the way down here to 21.5? I think so, especially if you look at these long lower wicks that we've seen on this candlestick for Friday of last week and yesterday in today's candlestick. Those long lower wicks indicate that the bears are really trying to push us to the downside. The red candle bodies indicate that they are succeeding with that. And then while the bulls are trying to pick things back up, they just are not able to find the strength to do so just yet in any substantial kind of way. On top of that, guys, also keep in mind that things are not looking too great for the stock market. SPY has been correcting over the last 2 days. Dixie is reaching new local highs. Dixie has not been this high in a very long time, at least on the shorter term side of things. We saw Dixie falling through these levels around the end of November last year, but we have not seen Dixie rallying to these levels since at least July of last year. It's very difficult for Bitcoin to go into a major rally when Dixie is going through a major for Bitcoin to go through a major rally when the Dixie is going through a major rally. On top of that, of course, we've seen the total market capitalization charts for Bitcoin break below its respective uptrend as well. It's pushing to the downside, and Ethereum is having a very hard time and will likely end up breaking through its uptrending level of support as well relatively soon. All of that leaves Bitcoin in a position where it is probably going to drop all the way down to 21.5, and it's probably going to do that sooner than later, probably within just the next couple of days. So we'll be watching that closely over the next 24 to 48 hours. So that's the answer to the first question. Does Bitcoin go through a correction down to 21.5? Probably would be my answer. The second question now is a little bit harder. Do we see Bitcoin go through a major correction below 21.5? That's where at the time that we get to 21.5, we're going to have to see how the bounce plays out, because I do think it is likely that Bitcoin will go through some kind of bounce at 21.5. If that bounce is $300 tall, then you're probably going to see that break very quickly. If somehow you end up seeing quite a lot of strength come into the market, Bitcoin falls down here, you have a major rally, perhaps because of CPI data coming out. I believe we go to bls.gov/CPI. We will see the next time that CPI data is coming out is March 14th, the day before the Ides of March. It is possible with CPI data coming out that we could see very bullish CPI data right around the time that we're hovering down here around $21,500. And it is possible that you could see a bounce here as a result of very bullish CPI data. I don't think that that is very likely. I think what you're going to see is less than a 0.3% drop on CPI, if not a flatline CPI or potentially even an uptick in CPI. And if that occurs, I don't think you're going to see a major bounce here at all. I think you're going to really struggle, in fact. And that's where some of the only bullish catalysts for Bitcoin don't really shine very brightly. When we get down to 21,500, because I do think it's more of a matter of when rather than if at this point, then we're probably going to have to pay very close attention to what the Dixie and what the SPY are doing at that time. It seems to me that both of them will be in exactly the wrong trend to give Bitcoin the strength that it needs to hold that level of support at 21.5, but instead it would end up leading to a correction right through $21,500, and Bitcoin could end up having a very hard time there as well. So with all of that in mind, how does Bitcoin play out? Bitcoin could very well go through a small bounce, potentially even bouncing up here and testing resistance here on this uptrending level of support. In one of the best case scenarios, it could break up to $24,000, but if it does, then that's just a head and shoulders pattern. And there is a potential that Bitcoin could break bullish out of this falling wedge, because those are bullish. In theory, as you guys over in Club DeFi know, falling wedges have a 70% likelihood of breaking to the upside. It's possible. However, I believe to be unlikely. From there, Bitcoin is going to have to show me some kind of major movement of strength for it to be able to break through, for it to be able to hold above $21,500. Because at this point, I think it is very likely that Bitcoin falls through it and moves to at least $20,000, if not lower. At this point, my price target ever since I think last Thursday has been $21,500. I do believe that is coming true very soon. And from there, depending on how the bounce and how the movement around $21,500 goes, the price prediction could update to $20,000. That would be the next major level that I'm looking at. And I will be more than happy to tell you guys when I believe that there is a major trend reversal coming. Normally, I'm able to sniff them out before they really start getting moving. But right now, we have no reason to believe that one is coming within the next 2 days. One could potentially be coming within the next week as a result of CPI. But frankly, I'm not too bullish on CPI dropping substantially. In fact, if anything, it could be going up dramatically any time now as a result of geopolitical and China-related factors. So, the Bitcoin price prediction of 21.5 seems to be coming to pass. From there, there is a very strong likelihood that I could end up updating mine to $20,000 flat. But again, I want to remind you guys of this. That is not inherently a bad thing. It is not inherently a bad thing for Bitcoin to be moving to the downside, because it gives us opportunity. It gives us a chance to purchase Bitcoin at lower prices and load up at levels that maybe we didn't have the opportunity to really load up at before. It gives you the opportunity, if you're dollar cost averaging, to bring down your average cost basis for the investments that you've made in Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies as of late. In the same way, if you are somebody who is an investor, then you shouldn't be too worried about this either, because you're not planning on selling your Bitcoin for 3 to 5 years. Ultimately, guys, what we're trying to do is we're trying to achieve financial sovereignty and show you guys how to achieve financial sovereignty so that we can all live this financially sovereign vision together. And one of the ways that we do that is by buying. You don't buy an investment property when it's at a 50% premium. You, in theory anyway, you would be better off waiting until it's at a 30% discount so that you end up making more money when the market comes back, because there's more upside, there's more potential. There's a lot more potential right now than there has been in a very long time. So make sure that you are careful not to be discouraged, because this is not a discouraging time. Bitcoin, on the other hand, is right now moving into an even stronger buy territory, in my humble opinion. But let's go ahead and read chat. As I said, I'm probably going to keep the stream a little bit shorter today. I'm going to take a sip of my water here out of this mug. Let me just be very careful here around all my camera equipment. Check out this mug. I got this for my wife. She wanted tamales, and I'm going to be honest, it is very hard to find tamales in this part of Florida. So I got her this instead, and then we went and got tamales in January. It says, "'Tis the season for tamales. Tamala-la-la-la-la-la." I promise I got her other stuff for Christmas besides that, but she actually probably had the best reaction to this coffee mug than the earrings and everything else too. Oh man. Water for the throat. It is a wonderful thing. Got to keep that agua. We should just make it agua and crypto. We should just make it H2O and crypto. There we go. Boom. All right. DCA with Hedge. Yes, Hedge is a wonderful, wonderful product. Okay. Bro, how are you always sick? A 2-year-old in preschool. That's how I'm always sick. Yep, it sucks, but that's kind of the way it is for right now. Let's see. Crypto fam said, "Get better soon, man." Thank you so much. Much respect. Rest up, bro. Marcelino Crypto Knight. What's up, man? Let's see. Justin Eubanks said, "Oh, Justin Eubanks in chat. Shout out to you, my friend. Good afternoon, Crypto Jebb. Hope you get feeling better. Get some rest. Thank you." I, the Beholder, said, been praying for y'all. Thank you. We know that you guys are praying for us, and we really appreciate it because we have a God in heaven who is perfect and who is looking out for us. And sometimes when he's looking out for us, it means that we're going to get sick, because I'm going to be honest, there's a lot of times when I'm sick or when something terrible is happening that I learn the greatest of lessons. Normally when everything's going perfect, I'm not learning the best lessons. You normally learn through some kind of resistance. So I don't get discouraged when I'm sick. I just step back and I think, okay, God, what are you trying to teach me by allowing this to happen? Because he is not necessarily the one that got me sick, but he is obviously allowing it to happen. He's in control of all things. So what does he want me to learn right now? Does he want me to learn to lean in and be closer to him? Does he want me to learn to trust in him more than my own health? There's a lot of things like that that you think about when you're sick as a believer. Josh Denham said, love you, bro. It's okay to take a sick day or two. Get healthy, rest up. Yeah, I know. It's just that I have a little bit of a different job than most people, where I have the great privilege of being the shepherd of souls. You guys come to this channel every single day to see how I'm doing and to learn about cryptocurrency. And so that means that I have a direct impact on your life. And so I want to show you guys a dedication and a commitment to what I'm doing here, because it really means a whole lot to me. And there was a time last year that I wasn't able to do that. It wasn't because I didn't want to. It was because I just was prevented by a lot of mechanisms in the way the company ran. But now I'm so excited because the way that the company is built behind the YouTube channel is all for the YouTube channel. So yeah, there's a lot of things that are a little bit different, but I'm able to go all in and really give you guys my all. And I'm so excited about that. And that's not something that I was able to do before, because I was flat out told, no, I can't stream from home. And now nobody's there to tell me that. So I'm very excited to be able to bring you guys content, even if it's not on our professional studio, even if it's on a phone every once in a while, but at least talk to you guys and bring you guys some content. Veritas et Aquitas said, learn to eat better and take oregano oil concentrate as soon as you feel something possibly starting. Still lets your immune system train. No cold for 20 years. Wow. Yeah, we actually eat really well. My wife is a phenomenal cook. We had burritos last night, and they are so good. You got the ground beef and the rice, and you got the tomatoes. You've got the just so good. My wife's an incredible cook. 180 of you haven't hit the like button. Jebb gives us this for free. Give him a like. Thank you, Sean W. Jebb, you're the only one who sees how geopolitics efforts markets because you're honest and not a shill. Thank you for your love your honesty. Thank you, John Doe. I'm not a shill. I mean, I don't try to be anyway. There are a couple things that I share with you guys. We've taken sponsors before, and I like the sponsors. Even Hedge, for example. Somebody mentioned Hedge earlier. We're not currently sponsored by Hedge, but I'm more than happy to tell you guys I think GetHedge.io is a great product because I think it's a great product. You know, whether we're sponsored by them or not, I'm going to tell you if it's a good product. I think it is. So we'd love to be sponsored by them again in the future. I think we will be after the baby's here. But I mean, things like Lux Algo, that's an affiliate. We make money from that. That helps to run the company. If you guys don't realize, there's employees behind this. You know, obviously this is my full-time job, so we have a family that we take care of because we're trying to build financial sovereignty for ourselves and make sure that the bills are able to be paid. And I mean, just brass tacks, there's $10,000 worth of camera gear right here just for this stream. This camera is worth $6,000 alone. That you know, we've got to run the company, and so that's where affiliates and sponsors and stuff and Club DeFi's Principles of Technical Analysis comes in to be able to pay for that. But the fact of the matter is, we have a passion for helping you guys achieve financial sovereignty because, sure, we want to achieve financial sovereignty, but really our goal and the way that we all succeed is not when we focus on achieving financial sovereignty for ourselves, because then we're being selfish. That's not what the Lord Jesus called us to be. He called us to be selfless. It tells in 1 Corinthians 13:5, seeketh not our own, meaning that it seeks the desires and the passion and the success of others before themselves. I seek your success before ours. And so that turns around and that brings success to us for sure. But our main goal is to help you succeed in financial sovereignty. And to do that, of course, it is a business, so it takes money to run. So that's where, we do promote certain products, but only ones that we truly believe in. Let's see. Thank you for your free crypto information over the years. You're the only one I recommend, and I make huge gains. Love the new haircut, too. God bless. Thank you so much. Got a little bit of controversial. A little bit of controversy in the chat. Is that hair gel? Oh, sorry, that's not a controversy. I thought that was somebody. Oh, you were saying it looks good. I thought Adita Singh. I thought you were roasting me. You said it looks good. Thank you. Yeah, I appreciate it. My wife helped me pick out the kind of haircut I wanted, and I think it looks good. I appreciate that. I'm going to try and stay on top of my hair game. I'll probably try and get one more haircut a week or so before the baby gets here. Because obviously for the first 6 or 8 weeks after the baby gets here, it's going to be a little hard. But yeah, because I'm 22, and we have 2 children as of a month from now, which we have 2 children already, just one of them's in the womb. All right, so now what I'm going to do, because I am out of speech capacity, I'm going to wrap the stream out here in probably 10 minutes or so. But I would like to open up the floor for any questions you guys have, be it teaching, be it ranting, be it ideology, be it geopolitics, be it crypto, be it altcoins, be it personal, whatever it may be. You're more than welcome to ask me a question, and we'll kind of treat this a little bit like office hours for all of you guys who are over in Club DeFi's Principles of Technical Analysis. You'll know what that's like. So feel free to ask me about that. Now, I don't know the answer to every question for sure. I have my own areas of expertise, and I have areas that I am looking at growing in. But yeah. Looks like you for a brand new haircut. Thank you, CBD Study. A lot of people are really liking the haircut. I'm glad I got it. I definitely needed it. I'm also back in the gym. I obviously have not been in the gym this week, so that's a little bit sad, but I am very excited to be in the gym again. So that's probably helping me to feel a little bit better too. Excuse me. And guys, always remember to get your significant other, your wife or your husband or your boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever, some gifts. Remind them that you love them. My wife really liked that coffee mug. That was pretty cool. Do you invest in the Gala Games at all? What are your takes on this crypto? I have not invested in it because I have not taken the time to do a lot of research in it, but from what I know, I think it's a pretty good project. I think Gala is probably going to have a pretty good record of success because the gaming community is massive. And if you can get 1% of that in the cryptocurrency's market capitalization, you're going to make a ton of money. Let's see. What do you think about the ADA over BTC chart? Fair enough. Let's look at it. Haven't looked at that chart in a little while. Let's see. Okay. ADA over Bitcoin. So this kind of shows you what I'm talking about with the bull market and bear market scenarios. ADA over Bitcoin has obviously lost a lot of value, but you can see it hasn't lost as much value as ADA over dollars has. If we look at ADA over dollars, you can see that it's lost 89%, whereas ADA over BTC has lost about 75%. Obviously, in this time, you would have been better off being in Bitcoin, and so a lot of people would have probably made sure to try and be in Bitcoin during this time. But the fact is, during the bull market, ADA gained 1,300% over Bitcoin, while Bitcoin was gaining, like, 1,300% itself. Cardano gained 1,300% over that. So I think it's a useful chart. As far as the technicals, I'm not terribly interested in the technicals over there because I don't think a lot of people are going to be doing analysis off of it. One thing I will say is that it's at an absolute premium, an absolute discount since forever ago against Bitcoin, which means if you're looking to scoop up some Cardano, if you're looking to maybe sell some Bitcoin on the top, I wouldn't probably do that right now, but if you're looking to do that for some reason, now might be a good time because Cardano is at a very large premium, a very large discount against Bitcoin. Bitcoin at the moment anyway does seem to be trying to go through a little bit of a I'm sorry, no, it's not going through a bounce. That was over on BLX. BLX is just not updated. So that's where I'd say just be very careful with everything that you're doing over here and realize that Bitcoin is in a little bit of trouble right now. I think Cardano will go ahead and catch up with Bitcoin. I think it probably will surpass it, and you will see a lot of gaining where Cardano will gain faster than Bitcoin during the bull market, but that's really going to take the bull market starting. What's the weather like down in Florida? Heavenly. It is 77 degrees outside right now. It was so nice earlier because it was like 73 and breezy. Oh, it was great. Makes me wish I was in construction or something outdoors every once in a while, or at least that I had like another hobby in that. Not that because I just realized that may it sound like I don't love my career because I do. But I have always had a dream of getting into real estate investing, and if I do that in the future, that's something that you guys will be privy to as well. So maybe that'll be something I could do. It is wonderful right now. Won't be like that for long. Soon it'll be 95 and 100% humidity, and that'll kind of suck. But for right now, it's pretty good. CBD Study said, I feel like sideways. That's probably what's going to happen, yes. All right. Is it recommended to accumulate alts when Bitcoin is down, or does Bitcoin dominance lags in the alts for reaching their buy levels? Yes, when Bitcoin is down, the altcoins are normally down a lot more. We saw that on Cardano. Cardano had lost 3/4 of its value against Bitcoin. Excuse me, I'm so sorry. Even when Bitcoin had already lost quite a lot of value itself. So if you're trying to buy alts, the best time to do it is in the bear market. If you're trying to sell alts, the best time to do it is in the bull market. Absolutely, for sure. If Cardano sticks to its guns and follows that plan, hand control over to the community via Voltaire, it'll eventually rise to where it belongs, but there's a lot of ifs needed debate. Yeah, I'm wanting to look into Cardano and do some more research and some more videos on Cardano relatively soon. I just want to make sure I have my finger on the pulse of it before I talk about it too much, as far as the updates and everything. All right, guys. Well, I think we are going to go ahead and wrap it out here. I hope you guys did enjoy. And by the way, don't forget, everybody, that Club DeFi's Principles of Technical Analysis is launched. So many plans for that course that are still coming to fruition. A lot of new videos going to be coming to that over the next couple of months. So watch out for that. Of course, we have a baby coming, so that means that I'm not exactly sure when all those pieces are going to come into play, but they are coming into play, and I've already got a lot of plans that direction. So be on the lookout for that. If you are in Club DeFi's Principles of Technical Analysis, you've also got access to the Jebb, the Club DeFi, Discord server, and you've got access to office hours. If you don't have access to those things, shoot us an email and let us know. We'll make sure you have access to those things. We need to do a little bit of a tweak in there to make sure that's very smooth for you guys. And also, for any of you guys that were in CT2A, you have a 25% off discount waiting for you, where if you're in CT2A, you can get into Club DeFi's Principles of Technical Analysis for 25% off. Just shoot us an email, support@cryptojebb.com. Ask me about that. We'll go ahead and get that for you. And for all of you guys that were in Club DeFi's beta, many of you guys that were have already joined Club DeFi's launch, Principles of Technical Analysis. You can get into the launch of Club DeFi's Principles of Technical Analysis using that coupon code that we'll generate for you based on how much money you put into Club DeFi. So if you put $100 into Club DeFi, we'll get you a $100 coupon code. Put $150 into Club DeFi's beta, we'll get you a $150 coupon code as a thank you for participating in the beta, where we learned so many new lessons. Thank you guys so much for participating in the beta, and thank you guys so much for joining on our journey together of financial sovereignty. And I do pray for you guys, and that you guys will achieve financial sovereignty, and that you will use it to go and build the kingdom of God, because I really do believe that when the bedrock unites under the correct idea of self-sacrifice and of serving others and of being financially prudent, that we can make a real difference in the world. And Bitcoin is one of the major tools that we can use to do that. So hopefully you guys will join me on that journey. Feel free to go to cryptojebb.com, where you will find access to everything Club DeFi. I'll just go ahead and show you really quickly. Many of you guys will have seen this before. This is our website, cryptojebb.com. You can come down here to Club DeFi's Principles of Technical Analysis. This will take you right over to Club DeFi. Set up over here on Teachable. You can see the 62 videos that are in Club DeFi's Principles of Technical Analysis right now. You can hit Enroll Now, and that will take you over to checkout right here, where you can go ahead and sign up for Club DeFi, especially if you are already a member of either the Club DeFi beta or CT2A. So make sure you check that out, guys. Let's go ahead and read a couple more chats here, and then we're going to wrap it out. CBD Suddy said, "Get some rest, man. See you when you feel well. Hashtag FinSov and Bedrock." Thank you, CBD Suddy. Veritas said, "Building the kingdom. Let's freaking go." Thank you. Clowning said, "Hey, Jebb, I'd like to give you a free pair of prescription lenses. You need some with anti-glare so your eyes can see much better without glare." That would be cool. Thank you. All right, guys. Well, we are going to wrap it out. I hope to see you guys on the Coffee and Crypto, which you will see me on Coffee and Crypto tomorrow, but I'm hoping to see you guys in office on the main set at 10 a.m. Eastern tomorrow. I will keep you guys updated on Twitter and on the community tab of YouTube. I'm going to go ahead and wrap it out, but before I go, I do just first want to thank each and every single last one of you for watching, as always, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.